Life planned to go with a female friend at a hotel for one night. I had a gut feeling, so I decided to meet her there in the morning. I know for a fact my wife is right now in bed with her AP at a fancy hotel. It's 11 p.m. where I am. Background: I discovered her affair in January. She then kept denying that the affair continued after I found out and begs me to give her another chance. I always told her I know she is continuing to see him, but she strenuously denies and swears she has nothing to do with him anymore. I demanded separation in February, and we signed an amicable separation agreement last week, yet to be validated by the court. But even now she says she loves me and wants me to give our relationship another chance. I told her I don't believe her sincerity, that she lied to me way too many times, and I can't trust her anymore. Yesterday she told me she needed to unplug and would go with a female friend of hers at a hotel for one night. I know this is a lie and that she's ducking. We're AP at this exact moment. I know which hotel she's staying at, and it's not the one she said she would go to. Question: I am very tempted to head over to the hotel tomorrow morning to a breakfast there, only to see the two of them show up nice and chilled after their morning sex. Should I see them? And should they see me, I would simply wave at them, smile, and continue sipping my orange juice while going back to reading the morning papers. One serious side of me tells me I'm being childish and should just move on. Another childish side of me thinks that after all this suffering and agony, I should not deny myself this little cute theater and enjoy the amusing side of the deer caught in the headlights. What would you do if you were me? I'll go to sleep now, and in 8 hours we'll check if there are any replies. Edit: prevailing consensus is I should go for it. So be it. I'll head to the hotel in a cab. I first need to drop the kids in school, kiss them on their foreheads, and wish them a good day the way a good dad does, so I won't be able to be at the breakfast table very soon. Hopefully they are not breakfast early birds. But the real question is, will they order room service? All variables considered, I estimate a 40 to 50% probability that I will see them. So yeah, let fate decide how this goes. Update. So this morning, when I woke up, I wrote that I would head over to the hotel, and I gave myself a 40 to 50% probability that things would pan out as planned. My big question mark was whether they would take room service. I wrote, let fate decide how this goes. Turns out fate played this out in a weird and sort of interesting way. I dropped off the kids at school and managed to reach the hotel at 815, room pretty much empty, so I chose an ideal spot with a view on the entrance and table placed right between the two big rooms that comprise all the interior seating, perfect view of outside seating as well. I brought along a big wide newspaper and plugged a hole in the center so that when the two would show up, I would put the newspaper in front of my face and would still be able to see where they would sit. Took my Pano chocolate for them, actually a succulent chocolate muffin, and a slice of banana cake. Orange juice as promised and cappuccino de rigueur. I truly felt like a cop in a Hollywood movie. First time I ever did this. Checked wife's WhatsApp to see the last scene's time. Yes, she's awake. Of course she's awake, dude. They're ducking. Just wait patiently. Long story short, I waited 204 to 5 hours. Average heart rate 160, had to go take a piss at a certain point. But no way. I was going to leave my guard post at 11. Breakfast time ended and the two didn't show up. What a bummer. Apparently they did opt for room service after all. Not my lucky day, I guess. Or maybe I got it all wrong, and she really is with her female friend at the other hotel. Now doubt inevitably starts to creep in. So I go take my overdue piss, put the card out newspaper under my arm, and despondently head for the exit without forgetting to pay the equivalent of $1.40 for my luxurious breakfast. But wait, I did have a plan B before leaving my house this morning. I picked up wife's passport. So I headed to reception and told the guy that I was asked by Mr. Last Name of AP to bring him this passport I have here in my hand. Asked him to please look him up. The guy fumbles for some time, asks me AP's first name, which luckily I know, but still no joy. Just when I was about to tell him maybe it's under another name and was about to give him my wife's last name. Reception guy tells me, oh, they're leaving right now, see, and points right behind me. I turn around, and lo and behold, there's my wife standing at the exit, just 5 meters from me. She's alone though, and waiting for the valet to bring her car over. She's looking away. I wonder if she saw me. Damn, I'm so close. And I was even talking out loud to the receptionist a moment ago. But she keeps looking in another direction. I look at her. I want to vomit. Car arrives. She leaves. I had a grand total of like 2 seconds to decide whether to say hi to her and see her reaction. He wasn't there though. Alas, no coup de theater. I stayed silent. I told myself there's time to tell her later today. Now I was just curious to see her behavior once we both got back home. Just in case you're wondering, when I got home, she was all loving and hugging and told me she thought a lot about the two of us and wants to change her life radically. But I did get the final confirmation I was seeking that all our promises, that she still loves me, that she removed a P from her life, and that she wants to restart our relationship. We're just a big mound of stinking BS. Wife slept in a room that was under the name of AP. That's all I needed to know. I came back home, had been way colder than usual. During the past almost 4 months, while we negotiated the amicable separation, we continued to live under the same roof. Didn't tell the kids yet. I guess in the depths of my agony, I was still hoping to somehow believe her when she told me she was serious about restarting. I guess deep inside maybe I was nurturing this crazy fantasy that all this is just a bad dream, and that one day I would wake up and life would go back to how it was before DDAY. And I could and would love her intensely like I did in those photographs of the past 16 years that Google Photos this day X years ago keeps paying me day in and day out, those photos that I devour while I cry alone every night in my bed in the guest room because I suppose I enjoy suffering. I know it's stupid, but I'm sure many of you guys know how intense pain clouds perception and sound judgment. I told wife that in 2 days we will go live in separate houses. All has already been pre-regulated in our separation agreement. Either one of us has the right to request this any time. Tomorrow we inform. The kids, a new life begins. The time has come to pull the plug in earnest. The sick tooth has been dangling lifeless in my mouth for a long time because I was afraid of the pain of pulling it out. Now is the time to extirpate it once and for all. While I was writing this, wife popped in and said she wants to talk. This will be the right moment, I think, to tell her I was standing right behind her this morning. Or maybe I should just tell her nothing and let her wonder why I took all these big decisions all of a sudden. Not sure. Really? I guess I'll just play by ear. Yes, I know. This is the most stupid possible way of going about it. But I guess I just don't give a crap at this point. We have reached the end of the story. Let's listen to some of the comments by our Reddit listeners with op replies. Comment 1: So, did you tell her you saw her? Op reply: I told her she said she wanted to see him one last time to close off their relationship once and for all, and that now she is definitively over with him. I told her you do not close off a relationship with a lover by spending the night together. If you close off a relationship, you meet in a cafe or something and just talk. The level of nonsense I'm getting from her is just ridiculous here. I really need to completely stop engaging with her. Comment: to have someone wait until they come down in the morning and get a photo of them together and text her the photo. Op reply: I already have tons of proof of their affair pre-da and have showed them to her. I could do it again now, but that would give me zero satisfaction at this point. The only reason I would show up is precisely for them to see me, so that I may edge in my mind for the rest of my days the expression in my wife's face in those 2 seconds. Really no other reason than that. Yes, I know, it is childish. But can't we sometimes be children again, if it's innocuous?